So good evening everyone. I'm in Jasper at the moment, which is one of the Rockies towns. If you have a look around me, you can see the beautiful mountains that are surrounding me right now, from the snow-capped ones over just there, right the way around to the ones behind me up there, and the beautiful ones that are just behind me there as well. So I'm going to take a seat down here if I can, and let's have a chat, shall we? So we're a few days into the trip now. We have stayed overnight in Kamloops last night, which wasn't much to speak of. Bit of a strange place actually, but it was only a nighttime stop anyway. And I've just left the guys all having pizza. I'm on a trip with 50 people, believe it or not, so there's a coach load of us touring the Rockies, which is kind of better than I thought it would be. But I'm one of the oldest in the group, so I'm feeling a little bit older perhaps than I would like, but there's still a good bunch. There's some nice people in there as well. So this is a check-in video, so I said I would be honest with everyone about how I'm feeling and about how things are. So last few days have been really tough actually. It seems that despite being in these absolutely magical surroundings, there is still the clouds that follow me. And I know for some people they find that tough listening to me say that, particularly my close friends and family have all sort of said that they find it quite hard to see when I'm in my down days that they can't help, or they feel that they can't help. And I guess that's true. This is a battle that I have to fight for me, and it's amazing to have the love and support of friends, but the ultimate solution is going to come from me. I've talked in my recent blog posts about medication for depression, and it's not an option that I rule out, but I still feel like I'm where I need to be in terms of rebuilding who I am and rebuilding my life after the turbulence of the last few months. I don't know what a little bug was trying to do there, sorry about that. So yeah, it's weird is the way that I would describe how I feel, because I remember Australia last year when I went to see my friend out there, and I remember like all the experiences that we did together, the Sydney Bridge climb, going to Hamilton Island, Whitehaven Beach and all those things, and not to mention, you know, the primary reason I was there to see Sarah Jane, but the primary party I suppose was Mardi Gras, and I had an amazing time, and I can think back and I can remember how good it was and how happy I was and how buzzed up I was being out there. And yet here I am in an arguably more spectacular place, scenery wise and nature wise, and it just feels like indifferent to me. You know, the videos that I post on of me having an amazing time, in those very moments when I forget myself and I just kind of just go for it, yeah, I am having an amazing time, but it's so quickly followed up by like a dark cloud, and I know that's the common analogy for depression, but it really is like that. It's like you have this high in the moment that's fueled by adrenaline in my case, and then it's just like the darkness comes in again, and I'm okay. I'm functioning. You know, I'm getting up. I'm not staying in bed. I'm not kind of wallowing, as it were. But it's still a real challenge, and I'm as fascinated by it as I am frustrated by it, I guess, because I don't want the old Adam back, because I can't get that Adam back even if I wanted to. By virtue of the fact that time has passed and circumstances have changed. But I really do miss the side of me that could have fun and let go and not overthink, not overanalyze, not get anxious about things, not kind of just be numb to stuff. You know, it feels so almost disrespectful to the places that I am, that I'm not massively excited about it. You know, I mean, look where I'm sat, for Christ's sake. I mean, look at the views around me. this is absolutely incredible, and I know on an intelligent level that it's incredible, and I know I'll look back at my pictures in years to come and I'll know that, wow, I did that and it was an amazing time. But right now, in this very moment, it just feels a bit like, yeah, so they're mountains and so what. So I guess I wanted to just give you a bit of a glimpse really into what those low moods are like and how quickly they can change, because driving through the Rockies today was a real example of how quickly things can shift. You know, in 1 minute I can be having really positive thoughts and thinking, do you know what, this is an amazing experience and I'm going to get back, I'm going to be so refreshed, I'm going to have like a real clear head on my shoulders, I'm going to get settled, you know, I'm going to find a home, I'm going to get into a routine and all these things, and I feel really kind of like, yeah, okay, this is good, this is like the pause that I've needed. And we can literally turn a corner, and I mean genuinely, the bus can literally turn a corner and I can think, oh God, what am I going to do when I get back? I've not got a house to live in. I'm sure I've got friends and family that would put me up, but I don't have a house of my own. I don't have a job, you know, I've got skills, but I don't have a job that I can do. And so therefore I don't have income. And what about my friends? Like, where am I going to live when I get back? Do I want to live in Manchester still? Do I want to move close to my friends? They're like my close 10-year plus friends, I mean, when I say that. And yeah, so I can kind of like, it can spiral really, really quickly. And yet in the next breath there again, I'll be kind of on top of the world. So it's really strange. This is a massive overshare video, and it's designed to be that because I really, really want people to know what it's like. You know, you see my pictures on Instagram, you see how I project things, and it's hard not to project it because, I mean, look at where I am. You know, you take pictures of these things, of course they're going to get likes and good comments, and people are going to think how amazing it is, and rightfully so, because it is amazing. But at the same time, in my head, there's a real battle, and I'm really aware of it, and I know it'll pass. I genuinely know it will pass because I'm loved. I am fortunate to have a close group of friends that care for me, and I'm close enough to have family that love me dearly, and I know all those things. So that kind of counts. That counts massively, but it can't fight the battle in my head for me. It definitely can't do that. So I'm going to see how things go. Like, this trip for me is a big pregnant pause from some turbulent events. I keep saying that, but that's what they were. There's a lot of work I need to do still to learn to love me. That's what the title of the blog was, and that's my mission. So I'm journaling every day, I'm doing these videos for whoever will watch them. But if ever you've battled depression, or if ever you have known someone that's battled depression and not known it yourself, I just really hope that these videos give you just a little insight into what it's like, because you can't just shake yourself about. You can't just go, oh, you know, feeling a bit down, you know, stop being emotional, get yourself back on your feet, you know, let's do this. Because when you do that intelligently, you find yourself sometimes in an even darker place, and then the messaging starts coming out to say, well, you're useless and you can't even pull yourself out of this. So I'm being kind to myself. That's the number one. I know these videos are hard for some of my friends and family to watch, and all I would say to them is that I'm okay. You know, I am okay. I don't feel desperate. I don't feel at this stage, you know, that everything's going wrong and nothing's right in my life. I do practice gratitude every day. I do think about the things that matter to me, and I think how fortunate I am to have that loving family. You know, I've got beautiful niece and nephews who, you know, I want to be a big part of their life, and when I get back on my feet, emotional feet, I will be, you know, a fully functioning family member once again. For now, my family and my friends are having to carry me a little bit, and I'm going to accept that support because I know they want to give it, and it's important for me that I take it. So yeah, it's tough. It's been a challenging few days, which means that there's probably going to be a turn at some point and the clouds will lift and I'll have a good few days ahead, and that's the positivity that I keep coming up with. So I've got some things ahead. I've got some really amazing scenery to live out to see, and yeah, I'll keep you posted. Apologies for the long rambling post if it has been that. There's going to be some more pictures coming up, some more videos of the activity stuff that I've done, wild water rafting, canoeing, that sort of thing, so look out for those. But otherwise, thank you for listening, thank you for being kind, and if you want to check out my blog, you can go to, I'm going to put it here actually in the post edit, so it's learningtolove.me, or it might read learningtolove.me depending on which way the video flips around. But go on there and you'll see some of the accompanying blog posts. And if you, final thing now, because we're now at 11 minutes and I know that's a long time to talk, if you do know anybody that's ever suffered with depression, or you think they might be suffering, please share the video. You know, the whole reason for me doing this is not just for family and friends, this is for anybody, just so that they know that they're not alone, so that they know things pass and that other people are fighting battles as well. So take care, I love you all. I'm looking forward to seeing you when I get back, but I'm going to make the most of this because this trip is for me.